President, thank you very much for this invitation. It's an honor for me to visit Ukraine and Kiev. It's a true pleasure. And let me first say that it's important for me and for Sweden to show the support to the Ukrainian people in these difficult times. We think it's very, very, very important. Can I also say, being here in Kiev, I remember and honor all the people that died, lost their lives because of a violent crackdown of the Yanukovych regime on protesters, peaceful protesters in the Independence Square, and we will never forget them and the sacrifices. And remembering that also strengthened my conviction. I'm convinced that we must and we will support Ukraine because it's important to keep that hope of change, to keep that alive. And that is also why I just informed the President that Sweden will offer this loan on $100 million to Ukraine, with the details to be negotiated on how much the interest rate can be subsidized, but it will be a loan that we strongly believe would help Ukraine. And that is obviously important, that it's not, this is about Ukraine being able to defend itself, to keep the borders and the integrity of the country. But at the same time, we need to be very, very clear that it's the importance of helping Ukraine also to survive financially, so that one victory doesn't lead to bad thing in the other perspective. We need to be very clear on that, and that is also why I would welcome more countries to do the same. But it's up to different countries, but I would welcome more of these kind of initiatives. We've just also signed, obviously, this agreement between our two countries. It's an important agreement, but it also shows the strong connections between our two countries, and it will establish Swedish assistance in Ukraine by 25 million euros annually over 7 years, which is a good proof of our relationship. And of course, the main purpose with this agreement is also to make it possible for the government to keep on going with the reforms in order to also keep the integration process with the European Union going. Because let's say first also it's important to recognize the tough decision that the Ukrainian government has taken. It's tough, but it's absolutely necessary, and these reforms are very tough to make, those kind of decisions. But I just this morning went to this School of Economics, and I said that the Swedish government had to take some very, very tough decisions during the 90s when we had problems, but it was absolutely necessary to make tough decisions, and we think that the Ukrainian government has earned a recognition for that tough job, knowing, on the other hand, of course, that there's much to do still, but this has to be said. So together with also our assistance for humanitarian purposes of more than $10 million, I think this all in all shows the commitment from Sweden to Ukraine, and that we are dedicated to support Ukraine in these troubled times and for a longer term as well. Thank you.